All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be talking about Devin the Dream Haney and Shakur Steveson, who had a back and forth yesterday on YouTube. And Shakur Steveson, I don't even know if he realizes he did it, but pretty much exposing what was going on with Devin Haney. And if you guys think that fight is going to happen anytime soon, man, I got a bridge to sell to you. And it pretty much came out of Devin Haney and his manager, father Bill Haney's mouth. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the lightweight division, talking about two of the best fighters in the world. You have Shakur Steveson, who is a former 126-pound champion, former unified 130-pound champion, who recently just moved up into the 130-pound division and is one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, according to many people. And also Devin the Dream Haney, who is the undisputed lightweight champion, holding the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO belts. Both of these guys are promoted by Bob Arum and Top Rank. And after Shakur Stevenson's last fight, he was in the ring and he was asked who he wants to fight next. And he said that he wants to fight for all the belts. And obviously that is Shakur Steveson that is Devin Haney, because Devin Haney holds all the belts, right? After that, though, Devin Haney's team, through his father, Bill Haney, said that it was a publicity stunt. Now, before I get into the details and what happened in the conversation, let me welcome you back to the channel if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos, which we do on a daily basis. So there's always some good stuff, to talk about in the comment sections. But let's get into this, man. Whole lot of people want to see this fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Steveson. It's a fight that very well should happen. That definitely should happen if Devin Haney is able to get past Vasily Lomachenko in his next fight. So there was a conversation that took place on YouTube. It's on a channel called H Money. So shout out to them for for having the video. I very rarely go over there and watch videos, but somebody pointed it to me. So I watched it wasn't an interview, it was a back and forth. Listen to the back and forth between Devin Haney, Shakur Steveson, and Bill Haney, who's the manager and father of Devin Haney. And let me tell you, man, there was more slick talk going on in there, man, than a whole lot of slick talk, right? But at the essence of it, though, I got the conversation, and it was essentially this. If you take all of the, stuff out of the conversation that really is a lot of just kind of positioning, posing, deflecting, all of that type of stuff that goes on. And just, a lot of conversations that involve, boxing, especially ones that involve Devin Haney, because, his camp kind of does a lot of that. At least that's my impression. And I think my impression is pretty sound, right? So essentially, Shakur Steveson was upset that Bill Haney, who is Devin Haney's promoter or manager, right? So Team Haney, said that him calling out Devin was a publicity stunt, right? And in response to that, Devin Haney said, well, you know what I mean. I didn't really mean that. I didn't mean that you said it, that you saying that was a publicity stunt. I meant that the people around you, this is what Bill Haney said, the people around you saying that they wanted that fight was a publicity stunt. Now, anybody with common sense would think for a second, hold on. But you were asked, Bill Haney was asked what he thought when he said it, what he thought about Shakur Steveson calling out Devin Haney. And Bill Haney said he thought it was a publicity stunt. Somehow it shifted from it being a publicity stunt, Devin, the answering a question specifically about Shakur Steveson, to him talking about people generally on his team that said things, right? Now, Shakur, for his part, was like, look, it ain't no publicity stunt. I want the fight with you. I want to fight with Devin. And they said, well, we talked behind the scenes and we both said, that we will fight and it will be for everything, right? Now, here's the thing for me. Shakur Steveson, that's not a publicity stunt. He was asked a question. He did not want to call out Devin Haney by name. He didn't, because obviously he has a relationship with Bill Haney. He has a relationship with Shakur Steveson. With Devin Haney, and he does not want to basically get into the media and say something that sounds like, he's saying something negative about Devin Haney, but at the same time saying very clearly that he wants to fight for all the belts, right? So Devin's response is, well, we talk behind the scenes. Basically, we don't have to do that in the media. I said and you said on the phone, hey, that we're going to fight and we going to fight. It's going to be for everything, right? And then Shakur says, yeah, I did. But listen to what these guys are not saying, okay? They're not saying that they're going to fight Devin. They're going to fight Shakur Steveson for the undisputed title and that they're going to fight him, next. That is not what they're saying. What they're saying is that we're going to fight eventually and it's going to be for everything. Well, where is this everything going to be? When is this fight going to take place? Because as we know, Devin Haney is saying something different to a lot of other people, like Teofimo Lopez. He says to Teofimo Lopez that he's going to be going up there. He may not even fight Lomachenko. He may go up to 140 pounds and fight and start going to 140. You have his camp saying that they're going to be leaving the weight class or that they're going to fight. They're looking for the Gervonta Davis fight. They do not say in public that they are going to fight Shakur Steveson after they fight Vasily Lomachenko, which is a very, very straightforward thing to say. What is your plan with Shakur Steveson? My plan is to fight is to fight Vasily Lomachenko, beat Vasily Lomachenko, and then I'm going to give Shakur Steveson his shot at the undisputed title at lightweight. That is not what they said. What they said was something a lot more smoky, a lot more non-specific, which was we're going to fight and we're going to fight for everything. I don't know what that means, man. And if Shakur Steveson believes that means that Devin Haney is going to fight him at 135 pounds, man, look, Devin, but the funny thing is that Shakur Steveson, who is friends with these guys, is very, very apparent in that interview, was like, started waving his finger like, man, I ain't never seen this side of y'all. He's like, man, come on, man. I ain't never seen this side of y'all before. Yeah, Shakur. You ain't seen that side. You have not seen that side, the side that matters, not the side that can talk to you behind closed doors and say, okay, this is what we're going to agree to, because that's not how these guys are doing business. They are doing business in the public where they're putting pressure on the people that they actually want to fight to draw them into a fight. And if they are not doing the same thing with you, then more than likely they have no plan on fighting you. And I do not believe that they have any plan on fighting Shakur Steveson. They're not saying specifically that they want to fight him, and they are not saying out there that they don't want to fight him. It's more like, we will fight them maybe one day, with no specifics associated with that at all. If I was Shakur Steveson and I wanted to fight for undisputed championship, I would be asking him very specific questions. Are you going to fight me for undisputed after you fight Vasily Lomachenko? If the Vasily Lomachenko fight falls through, will you fight me for undisputed at 135 next? Those are the type of questions that Shakur Steveson needs to ask in public, so that you get a yes or a no out of them. If you do not get a yes or a no, you have to assume that the answer is No. And more than likely, since he called it a publicity stunt to begin with, and they talked about things like, well, you know what Keyshawn Davis said. Keyshawn Davis is his own person. What has Keyshawn Davis got to do with me? That's my friend. If he has an opinion about you and he has an opinion about me, he's not representing me. So the idea that the Haney said that the reason that they called it a publicity stunt was related to Keyshawn Davis. And by the way, Keyshawn Davis said this after the publicity. If I recall correctly, he said that after Bill Haney called it a publicity stunt. The question was specifically about, what do you think about Shakur calling out your son? And he said, oh man, they know each other. This stuff is a publicity stunt. Dude, there's no publicity stunt about your manager, about a fighter getting in the middle of a ring right after they beat Conceição and say, I want to fight for undisputed at lightweight, and your fighter is the lightweight. That's not a publicity stunt. And even if it is a publicity stunt, that does not mean that it is not true. That is something I'm telling you that Shakur Steveson should probably clean up. Make sure that that you say that stuff very, very, very specifically, that I want to fight you. Say it in public, get it on tape, because that way you're either going to get a yes answer or you're going to get a no answer, because man, people will string you along and buddy you and pat you on the top of the head and not fight you because you're a very, very, very dangerous fighter. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.